Hola a todos. I'm really sorry not to be able to be there with you today, but unfortunately the circumstances are becoming more challenging for traveling. Well, the question is a very good one. I think that probably the biggest challenge, especially for companies in Spain, is the fact that a lot of the sales in these days are actually happening in the offline retail. And the offline retail is the one that is suffering the more in this new context that the pandemic has created. More than 90% of sales in Spain happen in physical stores. Whilst I think that customers have discovered that they can buy online with safety, keeping safety, and they can get good prices, a lot of convenience, speed, and a wide selection if they purchase online. So I think that really the priority, especially for companies in Spain, is to become much more multi-channel than they are today. I don't think that there is any conflict between having a physical store and a physical presence and also developing online. Actually, what we saw during the pandemic is that those companies that had already invested in the past years to develop their business online have kept thriving during the pandemic, whilst the others have suffered a lot. So my strong recommendation would be keep on investing to develop your digital business, because that allows, with very limited investment, to develop your business even beyond the boundaries of Spain and to reach customers that are located in other places. And for me, the priority has to be invest in training, in creating the digital skills, because when we speak to companies, what they tell us is that the reason why they are not online is because they don't know where to start from. And this is really the problem. So create those skills, I think, is really important to develop the business online. I think that the biggest learning that we got out of this crisis has been that it is very important to invest ahead of time. I think that what allowed Amazon to react fast when we saw the first signs of the crisis back in March was the fact that we had been investing in Spain over the last 9 years. Since 2011, when we launched Amazon.es, we invested in Spain almost $3 billion in things like our logistic network and technology and the skills of our workforce. And that allowed, in a matter of weeks, to react to the crisis. I think it's important, especially now, to resist to the temptation that companies may have to stop investments. Because, of course, when there is an economic crisis, the easiest thing to do is to stop investing in things like new technology and modernization of the company. And I strongly believe that that would be wrong. Actually, this is the moment where we should accelerate our investments in those things like technology and modernizing the processes, because this is what will allow us all to navigate this crisis and to mitigate the impacts that it may have on the economy. So my recommendation for the governments and the companies in Spain is to invest a lot, and especially one thing that is important is to invest to reskill the workforce, because one of the things that may happen and will happen, unfortunately, is that a lot of jobs will be lost in this due to the crisis. But the thing is that in the new normality, there are other skills that will be needed. So it is very much important that we keep on reskilling our workforce to mitigate as much as possible the impact that the crisis will have on job. Again, things like technical skills, digital skills, and also sustainability, because I think sustainability is a huge opportunity to create new skills in the workforce in Spain. So those are the areas where we should really invest more and give priority to. Yes, it's true that indeed there are a lot of small and medium businesses that today already sell on Amazon. There are 9,000 Spanish small and medium businesses that are active on our store, and they have generated over 14,000 jobs thanks to their digital activities. And it is interesting also the fact that thanks to Amazon and also to other stores that they sell on, they were able to reach customers beyond the boundaries of Spain. In 2019, so even before the pandemic, they were able to export almost 500 million in terms of revenues abroad. So there is a huge opportunity indeed for companies to digitize. In terms of the profile, I would say that from a type of business standpoint, there is not a typical business. We have a huge variety of companies that sell on our store, from companies that sell board games, for example, to companies that sell food, Spanish food, or even addressing products. So the type of activities can vary. What is, I think, a common trait of all these companies, especially those that are the most successful, I think is the mindset. So when they decide to go online, they decide to dedicate resources to online. So very often they have at least one person that is fully dedicated to understand how the tools that are available on Amazon work, and where to invest in order to generate more revenues on the digital stores. So the commitment is what really makes the difference between being successful online and not. In order to help the Spanish companies to go online and to digitize, this year we have decided, together with a number of entities in Spain, like AECOC, for example, but also CEPIME, ESEX, to launch a program that is called Despega, whose purpose is to help over 50,000 Spanish SMEs to go online. So we will provide things like online trainings, webinars. We will have boot camps, and put all these resources available online for free. So I think that Spanish companies this year have a great opportunity to improve their learning and to become more digital than they are today. Yes, indeed. Sustainability is one of the biggest priority for Amazon. And in order to make the commitment official, at the end of 2019, we signed the Climate Pledge, which is an agreement that we took with a global NGO called Global Optimism. And basically, we committed to become carbon neutral by 2040, which is 10 years before what has been established by the Paris Agreement. In order to get there, we are doing a number of things. For example, by 2025, so only 5 years from now, we will use only renewable energy for all our operations worldwide. We are making big investments to make our vehicles all electric, and we are investing over $2 billion in technology that will help us becoming more sustainable. So it's a big effort for the company. Some of those investments will impact Spain as well, because we already created made two big investments in Spain in two plants for solar energy, which will produce 200 megawatts very soon. The other thing that I want to say is that when it's about sustainability, the more we are, the better. So I want really to use the opportunity that I have to be with you today, even if virtually, to invite all the companies that care for the environment to join us and sign the climate pledge. We already have 10 big companies who did that, companies like Mercedes, for example, Siemens, and we also signed the first Spanish company, that is Real Club Betis. So we want more companies to be with us in this journey. So if you care about the environment, please reach out and sign the climate pledge. I'm an optimist by nature, and I want to see in this crisis not just the negative aspects, but also potentially the opportunities that we do have as a society to get better and to invest where it matters the most. If I look at what has happened in the past months, I also see some very important learnings. And one important element for me is not to let what has happened to us, and still unfortunately is happening, not to let this overwhelm us and stop us. Actually, I think that we can be stronger if we do things like keep on investing, keep on believing and reskilling our people and our workforce, and also work together. I think that facing a crisis of this dimension really requires all entities in the society, from companies to the government to associations to academia, to actually work together and put the energies, their best energies together in order to face the very hard problems that are in front of us. I strongly believe that if we work together in this way, we should look at the future with optimism.